My yaya used to say all the time, everyone has a story. Just like that. And she's right. That's the truth. Everyone does have a story. And the ones I want to hear and learn from are the discoveries of self and those journeys. So I invite you. My name is Sophia. Welcome to Soul Journey Talk. Hello, beautiful souls. This is Soul Journey Talk, and I'm your host, Sophia Molfetas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Spring 2026. I cannot believe that we are doing another year of this. I didn't know if I would really pull through in the first year, and I am so excited to start Season 2, Episode 1. It is me again, yours truly, and I am looking forward to sharing with you today discoveries that I have made through the year of 2025 and bringing into 2026 with me. So today I'm here in my backyard. The first episode we did in Season 1 was back here, and I decided to start Season 2 again, more or less in the same spot. So here I am. I hope that 2025 was good to you. I hope 2026 is being good to you, and that you're being showered with nothing but beautiful blessings in abundance, as we also deserve. So let's get started. Discovery of self. I've had such beautiful conversations with 3 guests last year, and there's always a common theme. The common theme was finding forgiveness, still trusting self. Can you trust self to love and forgive, to forgive self and others? It's been very interesting. So I have found that my discovery has been trusting self to trust others, more importantly, to trust myself, to know when I can trust others. I'm still going to make mistakes. That is what it is. But I have found new friendships and new beginnings in a way. I know new beginnings are still to come, that I have no idea what it's going to be. But trusting myself to know, with all the things that I have gone through, to be able to tap into my wisdoms, to be able to trust myself to ask someone else for their opinion or their help. This is what we're all here for. I believe that we are divine beings, created by God. And so God is in us and we are in God. But we're also here human. We're human and we are perfectly imperfect. I always say that we are perfectly imperfect. And look, I don't know if it went in the frame, but another beautiful butterfly just blessed me with its presence. It's yellow and black, and wow, that's just beautiful. Messages and confirmation and signs from God in heaven that I'm supposed to be doing this. So, wow. So as you all know, if you've been following me and subscribed and looked at all of the video podcast specials that I've done so far, you know that this is very organic, very natural. I don't really edit any of the conversations, even if it's just me. And so I just allow for things to happen. And so we're going to have moments of just, something like that happening. And that's just beautiful. I'm just in awe. I'm in awe of God's grace, God's love, God's light. Whatever you believe in, I hope that you find connection with that you feel at one or home with whatever it is that you believe in. This is an inclusive video podcast special. I don't want to, let me rephrase that. I don't want anyone to feel that they cannot enjoy this podcast. if this calls to you, whatever it is that we talk about, if it touches you and it resonates with you, if you feel seen, that is the goal. I do have to say, and I will say, of course, later on at the end, disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist. I am just sharing my experiences. Please do take all the information that we do share here wisely, and just know that I'm here to share my experiences. So I'm like you. I'm here trying to figure out what my journey is, the discovery of self, and the common theme for me has been trust. When do I know to trust myself? And I think that ties into when I am able to forgive myself and someone else that has hurt me, or a situation, I am able to trust again, either in that person or the situation. My wisdoms and my experiences have helped me to create basic boundaries. So I may show up the same way, but internally I am placing boundaries for myself, and may possibly for the situation or the other person, because that's necessary. How do I go about doing that? It's remembering what those pains were. And that's painful, to go back and remember the hard lesson, and the pain is extremely difficult. I mean, that's bravery and courage. And so there's anyone out there that is facing their pains and their hurts, their traumas, their wounds, you're doing an amazing job because you're facing them. And if we face those things, those happenings in our life, or the internal conversation that we have with ourselves, we are moving forward. We're doing our best to show up for ourselves. And if we can show up for ourselves, we can then really show up for people that we love, the people around us, and, hopefully for the country that we live in, or, even and the world, the collective. And that's really, I believe that's our goal, is, how we go about living our lives and dealing with all of our pains and our wounds, and learning how to forgive ourselves and the situation and the people, the persons that have hurt us. We can really move on. And we are also like throwing out there this domino effect that we all can heal, that we all can have this. There is beauty and joy and grace at the end of those fires or those tunnels that we find ourselves in, or the drowning in that ocean that seems so vast and dark. It's those are hard. I don't deny that. Those are very, very hard. But I have found that I've been able to trust myself again, because I remember what I went through. Before, I would forgive and forget. But then the same lessons would keep popping in my life, right in front of my face, to the point where it was just like really smacking my face. And I'm sure there are some of you that have noticed that, or maybe have seen the patterns of that, of why do these things keep happening again and again and again, whether it's with the same people or different situations. And so it's really God, spirit, universe, your angels, whatever you connect with, or whoever you connect with, is telling you, hey, you didn't really learn the lesson. You learned maybe a little bit, but you're not grasping it. And we need to hold on to the wisdoms. And so once I started holding on to the wisdoms and facing myself and making sure that I remember where I went wrong and then where others went wrong, I always look to myself first. Where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? And that's courage. That takes courage and bravery to really look at self and say, okay, what do I need to do to fix this? What steps do I need to take? How do I get there? It has been my experience that I have looked in the mirror literally and say, okay, Sophia, I love you. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. I've had to learn how to say that. So let's do that. Let's say our name. If you are courageous enough to do that with me right now. All right. I'm going to say my name, but say your name. Okay. Or I will say all of you. I'll do it like that. Okay. So here we go. Are you ready? Take a breath. Okay. Look at yourself and say your name. I love you. I love all the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. I love you. And when you can do that, you can accept that and acknowledge that, then you can open up your heart and your mind to consider allowing yourself to then do something about it, to heal, to apologize when necessary, because none of us are perfect. And when we are wrong, we are wrong. And it actually is like a weight off the shoulders, off of even your heart center, or chakra, however you want to think about it. It really does take a weight off of you when you can say, I am so sorry, I was wrong. I projected this on you and I had no right to do that to you. And I take responsibility for that. I hope that you can forgive me and we can move forward. And I have done that. I've done that with friends. I've done that with clients. And it is a beautiful happening. And I was blessed that they were able to receive that. Now there have been some incidences with family members and friends and acquaintances that I didn't have the opportunity to even have that conversation. They just left or behaved in a way that made me definitely take a step back. And sometimes that's necessary. And I still look within and I search inside of me. Where did I go wrong? What are the lessons here? And I know that I shared them with you last year, but I'll repeat them again. I abandoned myself. I did not give myself importance. Not in my families, not in my marriage, not with my friendships, not with acquaintances or clients, or I did not really put myself first. It's one thing to be, like all in your ego and out there and conceited. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about really sitting and standing and walking and talking and living your authentic self. You're standing in your self-respect, your self-love, your self-worth. And I wasn't able to really recognize those things and be able to do that for myself until I forgave myself. And by doing those things and working hard, I was able to trust myself, then to trust others. By forgiving self, I was able to forgive others in the situations. And then I was able to trust again. And, there are sources out there for everyone of every kind. I know that this is, my approach is really spiritual enlightenment, but there are so many people that are going through the same thing and they're finding other routes to deal with these issues, these feelings, these really important internal, hurts and traumas and wounds. I mean, this is really the human connection. We really do need each other. And how can we really continue to trust each other if we don't trust ourselves? So even though we're in 2026, we are at a time in the world where it's all about technology, computers, the phones, we have AI and this and that. But really, when it comes down to it, we are still searching for human connection. We are still searching for community. We are still searching for togetherness. No matter how you do that, whether it's in a church or whether it's in temple or whether it's joining an organization to help the needy, or whether it's in music, in the theater arts, whatever it is, whether it's volunteering at a hospital. It doesn't matter. I know that we are still, as human beings, we are still looking for connection, and we are still looking for community and togetherness. And so I'm going to share with you, how did I go about doing that? How do I go about trusting myself? I shared with you in season 1, episode 3, that I read a book that changed my life. And that is still very much the same truth. Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. That opened up my eyes that there's something bigger than me and all of us and what we're taught in religion. And that opened up a beautiful doorway for me. And I have been walking through that path. And I have stumbled, and I have fallen, and I have made many mistakes. I have trusted, I have loved, and I have been hurt. But at the same time, I've learned so much. So I wouldn't change any of it, because this is where I'm at today. And I have to say, and what were the other tools that I used? Well, I read other books by Dr. Brian Weiss. Then because of the world of technology and YouTube is a fabulous place to find videos that can enlighten you or help you, and also give you tools to reach out to qualified therapists if you needed, to help you deal with your hurts and your traumas and your wounds. And but I listened to Abraham Hicks. I listened to Wayne Dyer, Louise May. I have listened to, believe it or not, Stephen Speaks. He is amazing regarding relationships. And I have read other books, and lately the last, well, let me go back a little bit. So last month, as I'm in a book club, that was one of the most beautiful things that I actually experienced in 2025, is I made a new friend, and she went ahead and just said, "You would be great in our book club." We just started a book club, and I said, okay. I trusted myself to dive into that and meet all these beautiful new women, these beautiful new souls that have just been amazing. And the experience has been amazing. And so in February, our book was Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory. That was a fabulous book. This past month, it was my turn to choose a book. And I chose a book that actually my voice teacher, mentor, and friend recommended to me like 3 or 4 years ago. And I bought it, and I didn't get past like the first chapter. And so when I started thinking about, well, what book would I recommend? This kept popping in my mind. And I said, this is a wonderful opportunity for me to like show up and push me to read this book. And maybe I was just going through so much because my life was very different 3-4 years ago to where I am today. And but this book resonated so beautifully with me, and it is The Invitation by Araya Mountain Dreamer. And it is amazing. It is a poem that she wrote called The Invitation that went viral. And that really spoke to so many people around the world. It was written in the 1990s, and it circulated for like 4 or 5 years. She was approached by a book agent. I have a gnat or a little fly or something going on around me. Excuse me for that interruption. And this book agent, if my memory serves me correctly, said, why don't you write a book based off of the poem, The Invitation? And it is beautifully done. Every chapter is a stanza or verse from the poem. And it talks about so many different things. And when I tell you that this book definitely resonated with me, it definitely resonated with me. I felt seen. I felt like I was part of something in my healing. And I don't even know this woman. And it was so beautiful to connect to a book that made me feel that way. So sometimes it's just reading a book like that that really helps us to go within and open up our eyes and say, there are questions that she asks. The first one is, what do you ache for? And my initial response is love. I think that a lot of us have that. We just ache for love. We want to love and be loved. And that is so normal. And it was just beautiful. And it touched my heart. It touched my soul. It touched my mind. And it made me really reflect on the last few years of my life and the journey that I've been going through, and facing myself and facing situations and having to say goodbye to certain friendships that walked away from me, and having to accept that. And at the same time, knowing that because that happened, I walked closer to myself. And it was just a beautiful book that helped me to see, I am doing the work. I am learning to trust myself again and utilizing the wisdoms that I have learned, with all the hard lessons. And it's okay to still feel sad when I feel sad. And it's okay for me to still contemplate, well, what happened? I think that it's good to go back and say, like, okay, let me do self-check again. Like, this is where I went wrong with this. This is where I still don't know where I went wrong. Maybe I didn't do wrong, but I guess I still need to put peace and forgiveness to that situation, because it's only fair, it's only right for me to be able to move forward and feel joy. We all have the right to feel joy. We all have the right to feel like we're on cloud 9. And, we all have the right to fall in love with ourselves. I have to tell you, I have to share this with you. I'm in a show right now. I'm in rehearsals for a show that I'll be performing in April with Miami Acting Company. They've been a great community theater company for me. I love auditioning for them, and so far every time I've auditioned, they've accepted me to be in their shows and their concerts, and it's just been a beautiful journey, just getting to know new people and all of that. So there's a song that we're doing, and the phrase of the lyrics is "she's in love." And every morning for the last week and a half, I just wake up with those words in my mind and the melody and all the words that fall after it. And it's like amazing. And today I woke up thinking, because I woke up with that song and those lyrics right there, "she's in love," in my mind. And I thought, wow, I am in love. I have learned to fall in love with myself. I'm still on that path. I'm still learning. I'm still doing that, but it's been so amazing to come to this realization. Like, I am in love. I'm in love with myself. I'm in love with life again. I'm in love with teaching again. And I'm in love with just connecting with people. And, if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. And I am brave enough to say, okay, I went wrong here. This is where I went wrong. This is what I need to work on. I need to work on this. And I'm making a vow to myself that I am going to be brave, and I'm going to trust in love, in life, in people, because this is where I'm at. We're here. We're here on earth. We're here to learn. We're here. Look where I'm at. I feel like my backyard here for me is my paradise. And wherever paradise is for you, that's a beautiful thing. And it's just, I'm in awe. I am in awe. I am in a state right now where I am in awe of life. And I would hope that We all can find that, even in this time in our world, in right now, currently, where there's so much strife and war and genocide happening, and there's just, it's like it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And I literally do pray for world peace every single day. I pray for Mother Earth to be healed and nurtured, and for all of us to be healed and nurtured, because it's so important to put energy out to the collective, to the world. Because if it's just for ourselves, then how are we really healing if we only think of ourselves? And so I trust myself to do that for me, but to also do that for all those around me and the world. And it's just day by day. It's not going to happen in 5 minutes. It's not going to happen in a snap. It's not going to be like, I recognize everything. Cool. Everything is fine. I can go on now and live life, a happy, happy life. It is a constant day-to-day commitment. It's a choice. And so I've realized that trusting myself is a choice. I have made a choice to trust myself, trust others, and trust the world. I have faith. I have faith in the human race that at some point we will all be able to live in harmony, that we will all be able to see the error of our ways and really find peace amongst all of us in our countries. And I pray for that. I have hope and trust in that, because without that, how can we smile at the most simple things, like the butterfly earlier? You know, I love sunflowers. Every time, that's why I wear one in my flower. It's part of my logo, because every time I see one, it makes me smile since I was little. And that is my favorite flower. And it's tapping into those little things that may not mean anything to anyone else, but it's something for you. And that is also something that I used to help me to go along this path, to help me to really heal and trust myself, is finding the love and the joy in the smallest things. It is the smallest details of life, or the smallest happening in a state of being, that really, really is the greatest joy and the greatest love that you can experience in your life. It is really that. I can share with you. That is my experience. And my hope and my prayers are for all of you to have that too. And that's what I pray for. You know, trusting self. So it's reading. If reading a self-help book does it for you, that is great. You know, I've listened to a couple of Mel Robbins podcast sessions, and I've read her book. It was great. Reading The Invitation was just amazing. Really, I felt one within myself, with my angels, with my guides, with God and the universe, and all my loved ones that are in heaven. I just, I feel at one and at peace, especially when I was reading the book, The Invitation. That is something that was just amazing. And you know, I felt the same thing when I read Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss. So these two books are amazing. And there's also other amazing books. Go to the bookstore or go online and look up self-help regarding whatever issue it is that you're dealing with, or go seek a therapist. Or you know what? Don't do the same mundane routine. Take one day, if you can, on your day off. Do something different. Excuse me. Go walk in the park. Go to the beach. Or go sit in the grass and lay down and look at the beautiful blue sky. Today, the sky is blue. There's not a cloud in the sky today here. And the sun is beaming right on my left side over here. And I'm yes, receiving all the love and joy from Mother Earth and her sun, her light. I'm so happy because that's what I want to give to you. That's what the whole goal is for this podcast, this video podcast special that I'm doing here. And those are the things that I've done. I have cried. I have gotten on my phone and I type poems. Sometimes the poems turn into like journal writings or me just expressing what I'm feeling. I like to do like song poems. Sometimes I fiddle around on the piano and I just have this feeling that overcomes me and I just play something. And sometimes I look at music and I play through that to help me go through whatever I'm going through. Sometimes it's a very sad piece, a piece filled with pathos, a piece filled with tenderness and sensitivity. And then there are others that are just fully happy and that bring joy, and just even songs that I'm teaching my students. It's just amazing. And sharing the magic of music, that is healing for me too. That is a joy. And one of the other beautiful blessings that I got to do in the start of the new year is share the history of Greek folk dance, the Greek diaspora, and the history of the Greeks, which have existed from ancient times, from the Mesopotamia till today. And the Greek diaspora has started since the beginning of their existence. And so it was just a very beautiful journey, and talk about discovery of self, since I am of Greek heritage and Cyprian heritage. And I couldn't believe all the discoveries that I made. But the one sentence that really connected with me is that the human race is one race with shared ancestry. And yes, that makes me cry. That touches my soul and my heart deeply, because that is why we feel we need human connection. No matter how much we're on our electronics, human connection is so important. And so that just blew my mind, because there are so many other cultures that I really feel connected with, like Middle Eastern dance, which comes from the Arab world. I love certain cuisines. I love Mexican cuisine. I love Japanese cuisine. Why do I love those so much? And Italian, and of course Greek, and flamenco. Flamenco dance is lethargic for me. So if you're looking for something to do to help you deal with yourself and you don't know how to deal with your frustrations, take a dance class that calls to you. Take a singing class. Take a piano. Take up an instrument. Even though you would never have thought to do that. Take an art class, or just get a sketch pad and some colors pencils or charcoal and start drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Or get watercolors or paint. It doesn't matter. But all of those things really help us to tap into ourselves and help to heal our wounds in our hearts. I mean, all of my guests from last year in my first season were all artists. My first one, a violist, who is also, who also teaches Alexander technique, who's also now getting into body mapping. So once that's clear, I'll be able to add that to our page from her video from last year. My second guest, a singer-songwriter who is also a wonderful teacher, musical director. She is amazing. In fact, Catherine is the musical director of the show that I am going to be performing in with Miami Acting Company. It's been beautiful working with her. She is amazing. And then Meg, the visual artist, the photographer, the mother, the nurse. Amazing. My first mom that I really got to sit down and have conversation with. And all of that experience, just sitting down and having conversation with them, was a discovery of self for me too. And it was beautiful. And just the connectedness with these beautiful souls. I I'm in gratitude. That also has helped me to trust myself again. You know, so these are the things that I've done. Part of my journey is I went ahead and I said, I'm going to do a video podcast special. And I feel the need to share the journey of self-discovery and all of those pains. You know, it hurts when people hurt us, but it also hurts more when we hurt ourselves. And part of hurting ourselves is not really facing ourselves and where we've gone wrong. And when we can face ourselves and really take responsibility and accountability and do something about it and allow ourselves to do something about that. Because that's the first step, is allowing ourselves to really see that, okay, I need to allow myself to acknowledge and accept that I did something wrong or take responsibility for this, no matter how big or small it is. And now I'm going to allow myself to go through the steps of finding ways to help me to heal. And honestly, that's what I did. That's what I did. I went in search for those that are, financially not able to go and seek a therapist or join like a self-help group or organizations or do workshops. You know, there are plenty of beautiful ways of just maybe listening to those who have done the research and the work, like all the names that I have called out during this episode. Go online, you know. If you can, you know, you can possibly get like on Kindle. If you have a Kindle account, 99 cents for a book, and that can help you and help you tap into what it is that you need. There's energy healing. There are videos out there, you know, of qualified, certified Reiki healers. Obviously, do your homework. Like I had to do my homework, you know, and make sure that you feel comfortable with who you choose and who you go to. Make sure they have credentials. Make sure that their reviews are good reviews and that they really have helped people. Ana Maria Pineda, she's another one that I have learned so much from. Angel Circles at Five Sisters, that has been an amazing spiritual community for me. It's right here in Miami, Florida, and they have been wonderful. And if that's something that calls to you, go visit a spiritual store, a metaphysical store, and see how that makes you feel. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, then go back to the drawing board. Go on that phone of yours or that computer and look into, you know, what organization that is out there in the community that can help you with what you're going through. There are 1-800 hotline numbers that can help us with that. And, you know, those are the things that we can do. And, you know, another discovery that I had to deal with, it just came to my mind. I know I'm cutting myself off, but go ahead and don't be afraid to reach out. Go and look, see what you can and cannot do, or who you feel that you can and cannot trust. You know, if you're looking at something and go, that's not for me, that's good. That means that, hey, this doesn't really resonate with me. So I know that I don't need to search in this direction anymore. I'm going to go in another direction and see if that direction resonates with me. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we're allowed to be curious and to investigate. And you have to want to do it. You have to want to get up in the morning. You have to want to have joy. That's another thing that I've discovered. You know, we have to want to feel better. We have to really want to do it. And if the first step in feeling better is getting up and brushing your teeth in the morning and showing up in that way, that is fantastic. I do, and this is from Mel Robbins, 8 things to say in the morning. This really opened up a pathway for me to start really feeling better for myself, really feeling the energy and the connectedness to self and the world. 8 things to say in the morning. The first thing is, today will be a great day. today will be a great day. Something cool is going to happen to me today. Look at the butterfly. That happened. No matter what happens today, I can handle it. As Mel Robbins says, because you are capable. Yes. An exciting new chapter in my life is starting today. That's number 4. It's beautiful. Even if it's the smallest thing, even if your day was exactly the same, still an exciting new chapter in my life is starting today. It's great. Number 5, so important. I need to give myself more credit for how hard I am trying. I mean, hug yourself, kiss yourself. Why not? Give love to yourself. And say these things in the mirror. It's so important. You know? I'm going to repeat that again. Number 5, I need to give myself more credit for how hard I am trying. Number 6, I am allowed to be a work in progress. Because we all are works in progress. Because we are perfectly imperfect. We are human. And there it is. And that is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. It's a weight off our shoulders to know I am a work in progress. That should give you relief. Like allowance. Okay, so I'm here to learn. I'm a work in progress. I'm going to do everything that I can then to be the best version of myself today. And whatever that is today. I have to be satisfied with that. I can be satisfied with that. That's a beautiful thing. Number 7, and this I work on every day. If I keep showing up, life will reward me. If I keep showing up. Again, if all you can do is brush your teeth and get out of bed and face the day, and that's your showing up, tomorrow will be even a little better. And just keep doing that. And just keep at it. If I keep showing up, life will reward me. And I have found that to be so true. I have seen it. I've experienced it. It's beautiful. And the number 8, I have an important contribution to make to the world. Absolutely. You do. I do. We all do. We all have an important contribution to make to the world. This is so beautiful. So, how do I get through what I'm going through? So I reach out to all of these people who have done the research, who have done the work, who are dedicating their lives to helping people like you and me to get through the day. And this really helps me every morning without fail. I do that. And I do that with my kitty cat. When she's around, I don't know if she's around right now, but every morning she follows me to the bathroom and we say it in the mirror together and it's amazing. And, you know, and I feel like no matter what's going to happen today, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And, you know, and even today I was like, all right, I'm here. I'm a one-woman show. I've got my phone and I've got my old phone. I don't know if it's still running, videotaping this to do like, you know, behind the scenes. And I'm doing the best that I can. And I'm out here. And even though I hear noise here, there, and everywhere, noise, in the hedges over here and the plants or outside in the neighborhood, I still feel like I'm one here with Mother Earth. I'm here with you. I'm fully present. Even if you can only do it for a moment or 5 minutes, to be fully present with yourself and the world, that is a beautiful gift. Your smile can make someone's year just by you smiling and saying good morning. Even if you don't feel it, but if you do that, you end up feeling good. It's a beautiful thing. So these are the things that I have done. This is what I've done. This is what I've done. And so it's important. Oh, Mother Earth. It's important to trust yourself again. It is. You know, because you deserve it. We all deserve it. I deserve it. You deserve it. We all deserve it. And trust. It's a huge thing. And it's worth the work. You have to be willing to do the work. And so allow yourself to trust yourself. I talk about that in everything that I teach, whether it's dance, voice, piano, music, life, you know, and I go within myself and I have to tell myself the same thing. Sometimes I feel so sad and so low, and I say, wait a minute. Okay, I accept these feelings. I allow myself to feel those feelings. And then I say, because for me this works, I ask the divine God to help put love and peace inside of my heart and my soul regarding whatever it is that I'm feeling upset about. Because I've already lived that, and I want to put peace and forgiveness. If I haven't yet fully done that, I ask God to place forgiveness inside of me for me and for the situation and the people and whatever it is, or to the pains. And it works. It helps. You know, we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. Even though I'm here, like physically, all I see is me here, but I know that I have a huge spiritual army that is surrounding me, behind me, in front of me, and on each side of me, above me and below me. And I know that. It's a knowing. And my experiences are real. And that's what's beautiful. And that's what gets me through the day, the week, the month, the year. And it's beautiful. And I choose joy. Joy really is the secret ingredient. Joy is the secret ingredient. Say it with me. Joy is the secret ingredient. It is. It is. It is. And with joy within yourself, you then have joy for others, for the world. And that's when love starts to blossom. And that's when just all of the beauty that you can feel for yourself and for others and for the world, that's what starts to those seeds. When you plant those seeds, they start to bloom, they start to grow, and you'd be surprised how many branches of that you can actually become for the world and for yourself. You know, we really are all trees, and we are all just learning how to live in life with life. That's, look at all these beautiful trees around me. They're many years old, and they've survived the storms. They've survived beautiful weather and hardship, the joys and the hardships of the animals and the humans and Mother Earth and natural, disasters, or the beautiful weather like what we're having today. It's something. It's something. When you really can have that understanding that there's something bigger than us. Like at night when I see the stars, I know that it's not like maybe somewhere in Wyoming, where the stars are, you can see the Milky Way, our galaxy, you can see the rings of our galaxy. But I look up at the sky when it's a clear night, and I look at all the stars and they're twinkling, and the planets that are out there shining bright, and I am in awe. And when I see the moon, oh my goodness, I'm in awe, and I feel one. I feel one with the earth, with the stars, with the universe, with life, with all of us, with the world. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I just take a breath and I'm like, thank you. I'm in deep gratitude. Gratitude gets me through the day too. It really does. And that also helps me to trust myself, because I am grateful. I am grateful for all the pains. I'm grateful for all of the lessons, because that's what got me here. That's what got me here. That's what led me to do Soul Journey Talk. Again, I'm not a licensed therapist. Take this information responsibly, please. But I'm just sharing with you. I'm just here sharing. And, it's a beautiful thing. Last year, when I filmed my first episode of season 1, right here in the backyard, we had really in the frame for a lot of the episode, of the segment, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feline daughter, my cat Athena. And I'm sad to say that in January, I had to make the decision to put her down. And that was another discovery of self, because I was really fighting it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to make that decision. And I kept telling her, please, go in your sleep. I don't want to make that decision for you. And I found that I had to make that decision for her. And I had to find that strength in me to do so. And I did it. And I am grateful. I'm still sad that I had to make that decision, because of course I want her here with me, but I am in great gratitude that I made that decision. It's the most humane thing that I could have done for her. And she showed me that she was happy. She showed herself to me the very same day, like within the hour, when I came back home. And I am in great gratitude. And she shows me her love every day. Every day. Just like my yaya, my mom and my dad, and all those that I have loved. My friend Arlene has passed away. And all of those that I have loved who have passed away, who've transitioned into heaven, into the higher realms or higher dimensions, whatever speaks to you. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling. Talk about feeling one with the universe. Yeah. And I had to discover that kind of strength in me. And I had to really make that decision for her. And am I for the better for it? I'm still discovering that. I feel the answer is yes. And I'm able to be a better cat mom to Queenie, her sister. And we are finding our new dynamic, with Athena not being here. But wow, what a discovery in that. Yes. And so I have to trust myself. I trust myself to love and to continue to love. Because that's what keeps me going. We are all beings of light and love. I believe that. We are all beings of light and love. So I feel that I've reached the end of my segment here. I don't know which card I should do. My foot fell asleep, so I can't feel it. Oh yeah, how pretty is that? Okay. It fell asleep. Yep, but it'll come back to life. And let's see. We have 7 cards over here. And I really did fall asleep. Yes. So let's turn the other way. Oh, my water bottle's there. Yes. And bring some life back into you. Yay. Bring some life back into you. Yes. All right. What card do I choose? Let me take a moment. Three. Let's go into pile 3. Okay. So those of you who have been with me from the beginning of this, at the end of the segment, we pick a stack, then we sort of connect our energy to it, and we shuffle it and basically put our energy to it and see what card comes out. And then whatever card I pick, they're just a word. It's a word. It's nothing, just words. Words that we can find in everyday life or in the dictionary or just words. That's it. Just words. And words are very powerful. And let me see here. Let's see. So as I'm shuffling this, I'm going to do a recap. So how did I go about finding the way to trust myself again? I allowed myself to face myself, to really say, okay, this is where I went wrong. This didn't work. I need to take accountability for it. And I had to be brave enough to do that in all aspects of my life. In this book, The Invitation, I also had to face the fact that I did betray my vows. That was such a great lesson. I had to face the fact that so I guess the segment's not over. I had to face the fact that I did betray my vows. I did. I betrayed the vows that I made to my ex-husband. to that marriage, to that relationship. But I had to do that so that I did not betray my soul. And I have accepted that. And I forgive myself. And I ask for God and His angels to put healing there, not only for myself, but for my ex. And that was really like a revelation for me in reading the invitation. So that was also another new discovery. So I had a few discoveries within the first almost 3 months of the year with my Greek heritage, and the history of the diaspora and Greek folk dance. Like, to know that there's a dance that my favorite dance is, it turns out, is a dance that the same steps have been danced since ancient times, and basically the rhythms and the music of that. That's amazing. That I had to find the strength within me to release my cat Athena from her illness and the sickness that she was going through, apparently, and because she wasn't living quality of life. And that I did have the strength to be able to do that no matter how bad it hurt me, and to face that I did betray my vows. Yes. Even though I'm be close to 3 years that I'm legally single, sometimes things still come up. And I said, okay. But I think that by reading this book now, I was able to really allow myself to open up to all the information that was there, all the sharing that Araya does in the book, The Invitation. And to know that I can allow myself to just be myself and commit to giving what I'm able to give in the world. That is a beautiful gift. That's a beautiful gift for someone to say, hey, this is what we can do. You can't be everything and you can't give everything. Basically, we have to just accept that what we can give is what we can give. A part of who we are. I'm looking at a beautiful monarch butterfly right now. That's a beautiful sign. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, divine God and spirit and angels and universe. So what I'm saying is true, that it takes a weight off your shoulders. This book just resonated with me. I felt so seen, and it was like a little bit of whatever weight was on me still just went poof and dissipated. And that is beautiful. And I had to learn those things, and I'm still dealing with these discoveries. Obviously, the joyful ones are great, but the hard ones, yes, and I feel deep sadness within me, and I've learned to use the tools. I talk to myself, and I talk to God, and I say, please, God, take this, please help me heal this pain. That's what I say all the time. Oh, wow. The bottom of this is spring. We are in spring. This is my spring episode. I guess that was the card that I was supposed to take, even though I didn't pick one. And underneath it is choices. So this is amazing. This is exactly what I was talking about. So we are here. Season 2, episode 1 is our spring equinox segment episode. Episode 1 is always the spring episode. And what a gift. What a gift. Allow yourselves now that we are in spring. We're in the very first days of spring. Allow yourselves to blossom. During the winter, you've planted seeds. You've gone through reflection. I'm sure of it. You've done some of the work. You know, you've felt what you've felt. You've had to face maybe certain things. People that we love somehow, either during the holidays or right after it or right before it, decide to transition, and we're missing those people. And know that they're always with you. And when spring comes, know that when you see a flower bloom or a bird chirping away or a butterfly that happens to fly and glide right in front of you, know that it is your loved ones reaching out to you, that they are symbols of a universal love of God and or a higher power that is here saying, I'm with you. You're not alone. You are not alone. So allow spring to help you feel that flower that is within you to blossom and bloom beautifully and brightly and fill your heart with love and joy. That is so beautiful. And it's a choice. It's a choice. It is a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. I choose to love, even if I'm going to make a mistake again. I choose to trust, even if I'm going to make a mistake again. And I choose that I have to face it, that when I have to make hard decisions, that I have to make them and I have to trust. I have to make the choice and allow myself to trust that I am making the right decision. I hope this segment has helped you to feel seen. I hope that the new year, 2026, brings much joy to you and abundance. And I hope that spring, no matter where you are in the world, brings to you life and love. And may your hearts be filled with love as you so deserve. May you be showered abundantly with all the blessings in the world that is all good and pure. That's what I hope for you. Yes, may joy always fill you. May the angels always surround and embrace you. And I look forward to seeing you again. Hopefully I will have a guest and we'll be able to have new discoveries and share discoveries. And I just, wish you nothing but love. May spring really give you all that love that you want to feel inside. Yes. Many blessings to all of you. Again, I am not a licensed therapist. Please take all of this information responsibly and know that I am just here to share. And I do that with divine love and light. And these are my truths. So I hope that these truths and me sharing just helps you to be seen. Much love to all of you from my heart, my soul. This is Soul Journey Talk. I'm Sophia Molfetas, and I can't wait to see you in 3 months for our summer episode. Many blessings. Mwah. Bye now. I can't believe it. This is so freaking cool. I cannot tell you. This is so freaking cool. Spring and choices. I mean, I'm supposed to get one card, but this is amazing. This is amazing. It just completely was like the energy of everything. That's what this was about. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. I am in such in great gratitude. Thank you, God and angels.